This is
Hey,
pretty cool, though.
Alicia. All
What's
right.
up,
So
woman?
you're on. So guess
Yay!
what, folks? We are simulcasting right now on Instagram and Facebook. Please let the gods be in our favor.
Yes.
Okay. So thank you all for joining. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this today. For you guys that don't know, my name is Danny Hidalgo, and I help people unleash from burnout to become Zen CEOs of their lives and empires. And this week, I'm super excited to have Alicia because I am bringing on all the folks, all the women who are going to be part of the support directory as part of my program so that you can meet them. And if you want, you can also engage with them right now. Like there's no need to wait. You can actually connect and start getting the support that you need right now. So Alicia, say hi to everybody.
Yo, hi everyone. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so excited.
In case y'all missed us like goofing off beforehand, right? We were all like going
Yes.
crazy before we loaded. You might have caught the end of that.
Yeah, I think it was the end. I love
So it's
it.
all
I
good.
love it.
It's all good. Okay, so I hope, Alicia, you might want to move your Instagram camera just a little bit because you're a little bit. Okay.
I got it. I
Bear
got
with us,
it.
y'all. This is the first time that we're doing the simulcast thing, so hopefully
Yes.
it behaves and it works with us. So I'm going to be interviewing Alicia today. I'm about to get into who she is and why she is so important right now in our lives. But make sure that you comment below if you have any questions at all, and definitely share if you know anyone who needs this kind of support too. Okay, so this week, like I said, I am going to be interviewing a few amazing people that offer their passion work and support to your life, and as also part of my program as part of the Women's Directory. And today we have Alicia Cooley, and I'm going to like gas you up now. Okay, so prepare yourself. Okay,
Gas up. Let's go.
prepare yourself. I know that's a New York thing, but that's how we say it here.
Gotcha.
I'm going to
I'm
gas her
ready.
up right now. Okay. So she's an intuitive empowerment coach and human design specialist who's obsessed with human design and people
Yes.
living their purpose, regardless of what others may think. She is a 1/4 emotional manifestor, which we're going to get into what all that jazz means. And she uses her energy type to create the life and business of her dreams, to create the impact that she wants and needs. As a coach,
Yes.
she understands that we have the answer within us. Amen, sister. But needs to help in relieving those answers or revealing those answers by understanding their human design and empowering themselves to be who they are without reservations. All right.
Yes. Yes.
I love that.
I
Okay, so
know. It's so good.
let's jump into it because I want to hear all about you. I want to know, what is human design for those of you who've been under a rock. I've been talking about it for like months now. What is it, and what sparked your interest in this transformational work?
Okay, so human design, in my own personal opinion, is energy, right? It's how we energetically communicate within the world. You know what I mean? It's how me and you talk and how we go from there. And it's basically like this map or this beacon that just gives us all these little key points to help us better navigate it, right? So human design is basically, I don't know if everyone knows, well, you've been talking
Oh,
about it, so
don't.
I'm gonna give
So
a
tell us.
snippet. I'm gonna give a snippet of what it is. It's basically this system for personal development, I like to call, and it basically encompasses the Jabalic system, the Kabbalah system, the I Ching system, astrology, quantum physics, and all these things come together, and it creates your human design. And how you can find these things out is to go and have your birth date, the exact birth date, your birth time, your place of birth, and you can put into all these different types of systems, and it will give you your actual body graph that will tell you what you actually are. So that's just, I don't want to like ramble because I can ramble.
I love
So I'm just gonna go with
that.
that.
No, for sure. I love the way. I think the reason I got into it, first of all, I started hearing about it like maybe a year ago, maybe a little bit more. But
Mm-hmm.
when I started researching it and getting into it, and then I finally like learned how to do it myself, I was like, whoa, the accuracy is incredible, right? Because it's based on
Mm-hmm.
all these systems that kind of come together. Because guess what? We're not just one-dimensional people, right? We're multi-dimensional people.
We are.
And all those systems handle the different dimensions of who we are. That's the way I see it too, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it helps. It helps you see the full picture, so to speak.
It does. I think we came across it around the same time because I was going into business myself. And then 2020 was a hard time for everyone. And so I really lost my sense of purpose because I tied my worth to working. I tied my worth to being able to be a strong woman that was able to help out financially within my household. And so I was doing things that did not bring me joy, did not bring me happiness. And I just started down that path of self-discovery of trying to figure out, okay, what am I here to do? Who am I here to to be? I know I'm here to help, but how can I help? And so that's kind of like really like sparked it for me to go and make this transformation in my life and then to share it with others to inspire them to do the same thing.
I love that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm sure so many people can relate to that right now because even still, right, people are having a really hard time getting back into the flow of life, into the flow of work and all those things. And people did kind of lose their meaning after they stopped, after they went home, right? But I also think, right, and maybe we can talk a little bit about this too, that when you go home, right, a lot of people ended up not working. They ended up being home a lot. You kind of went within. So a lot of it was a desire to now do a self-discovery journey, right? I don't know if that's kind of how you felt about it too.
I've always been on that, but I think that in that moment, in that time, I definitely was seeking more of what am I here to do? Yeah, I was definitely in that realm with you too.
Absolutely. So why do you think, I mean, aside from what we just talked about, why is this so important to bring out into the world right now?
Me personally, I think that we have been, so whenever we come into this world, right? However our parents do things, we are conditioned to be like our parents, right? And so we cannot live up to those standards of how they do certain things. I know for me, my mom is a manifesting generator. This woman can run circles around me. And the thing is, she expected me to do the same things with her. And I was just like, look, girl, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I have spurts and then I want to rest. My mom didn't see it that way. It's just like, oh, you have to go and be as hard charging as I am. And I beat myself up. Yeah. I was beating myself up because I was not living up to those expectations, right? And then no one has to really tell you because after a while, you don't have to have people like telling you, oh, you're messing up or you're not doing this right. You will start to do that yourself. So my biggest enemy is my own words. And I was tearing myself down like, oh, you're not good enough. You're not doing this. You're not able to sustain. And inside, physically and mentally, I was hurting. I was really, really hurting and trying to live like someone else. And I was telling people no. I was using my shy voice. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. And they would just run over me. And then once I found out, like, that power's within, and I found out like who I like in accordance with my design, I was like, I'm a manifest. I'm like, I felt this way for a long time. And I was like, I had to go into a corner and say, baby, you only got one life. And you can't live it how they want you to live it. You need to live for you. And girl, that's how I went. Straight up. No joke. Like that.
I love it. Oh my gosh. You're speaking my language because I talk about this also in like when I talk about purpose, because I always feel like people are trying to follow other people's design for their life, right? For their purpose. And a lot of times it's to be a doctor, to be a lawyer, whatever, all those things, right? And it doesn't make people happy. It may make you money, but it doesn't necessarily make you happy and it doesn't fulfill you, right? So understanding yourself is like part of the journey to really, embracing your meaning in life, your purpose and all the things.
Oh, yes. And I believe that the pandemic and everything that happened gave people that opportunity to say, you know what, I have the time now. Let me explore this and see what the potential is, because a lot of people, that's the thing. It's not really someone else. It's them giving themselves the permission to like fully embrace something, to see if it aligns with them. That's the thing. People need to give themselves more credit and then allow themselves to do something that they truly love.
100,000%. And I'm super curious if y'all want to comment below if you felt that way, if you had that experience. And for those of you who are on the replay, I'd love to hear from you as well. And if you have any questions so far about what we're talking about, please feel free to ask. So let's get into it. First of all, let's get into a little bit of what human design covers. Let's talk about, the different profiles, and can you give like a high level view of like all the things that are covered within a human design profile?
Oh yeah. So to not make it so complicated, because I know with people that are coming into this, there's so many different things, and if you get your body graph, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, what is all of this? What does it mean, right? The big thing, and my husband's coming through the door as we speak. Hey, baby. Basically, when you get your human design, a couple of things that I really want you to take account of is basically your type. Obviously, there are 5 types. Your strategy and your authority, right? These 3 things just from the beginning can really help you with making the transformation within your life, right? So with types, there are 5 different types. As I said, you have your manifestors, which I am. You have your manifesting generators, which is you are. We have generators, projectors, and we have reflectors, right? So each of these types, they play a part within the great universe, cosmic
expanse of the universe.
Yes, they have their parts that they play, right? So each type is they do their own certain things. So for a manifester, they are here to initiate. They're here to go out and get the ball rolling to start. I like starting fires. I didn't understand it when I was younger, but now I know it like as being an adult, getting it going, triggering something, right? Manifesting generators, they're here to actually respond because they're generators, and then initiate because we need to inform our people. Well, that's what their strategy. Let's not go there first. And then our generators are here to actually respond to the world, and they're here to be the workers. They're here to like be the masters at whatever it is that they do. Our projectors, which is what my baby is, she is here to be the guides. Your Morpheuses, your freaking who's another guide? The grandmother from Moana. You know what I mean?
I love that.
They're here to guide us, the humanity, and like to show us, be the teachers. And then you have your reflectors, or who are here to like basically show us everything, be the mirror, and let us see what is actually happening within our communities. And so types, and then strategy. So those are strategies. And then there are different authorities that you may have. Generators are going to have a straight up sacral. Not all of them, but generators can have an emotional authority. Let's not go with generators. Let's go with, you can have a sacral authority, an emotional authority, an ego authority, and a splenic. So those are a couple of your authorities that you can have, and each one of those dictates how you actually move and stuff like that.
Yeah. And then there's so much more you could, to get a whole body graph is like,
it's
to
a
have
lot.
your book of life read to you. In essence.
It takes a lot, and it takes a lot of time, and it's best that you sit down with someone when you have enough time so that you can absorb it, and they can really show you each and every part that'll help you with navigating that graph, so you're not so confused. Because I was confused, but when I heard like some snippets of the descriptions, I was like, oh, I've always done that. Oh, I definitely feel that. And for me, human design is like you actually get to peel back the pieces of an onion and get to the root, and like actually see the person. What's those dolls that have like little things? It's like keep peeling. Dolls? Yeah, it's kind of like a Russian doll. You keep peeling back the layers, and then you see the core, and you're like, oh, this is what was protecting all of that. That right there.
Love it.
Yeah.
So cool. So that's a perfect segue into my next question. So what have people experienced and witnessed, and what have you experienced and witnessed as you've given this, sort of look into their lives? What do you think? What do people think about it, and how have they felt, and how have they used it, and all that good stuff?
It was very eye-opening. I talked to a lot of other coaches as well, because a lot of times this is just like for business wise, so not even in personal. So in business is whenever they're going out there to market their business, whenever they're trying to talk a certain way, they're not being themselves. They have not received the response that they've wanted, or they want to reach out to a certain market or a certain target audience, and they've not been able to like really connect with them. And the reason why they haven't been able to connect with them is because they were not connected to themselves. They were looking at another coach, and they were saying, oh, they're doing this, they're getting this response, so I'm going to do the same tactics that he or she is doing, and I'm going to use it. And they're like, okay, I'm waiting for it, it's going to come. And it doesn't come because the energy behind it is not the same. They're doing what's in line with them, so that means you have to do what's in line for you. So if you're out here trying to initiate and you're a generator, it's going to break. It's not going to work. You're not going to have that same type of power that you could have. You were responding to something that really lights you up, and you could give your 2 cents to that, because you're supposed to build upon it, not walking people out the cave.
Right.
That's not.
And I feel like even your authority, especially, right? Like when you're actually using your full force and you're in alignment and you're checking in with your authority and you're using that to guide you.
Oh yeah.
That's everything, because then you can say, hey, you can actually research all the coaches you want and say, hey, is this one in alignment with me, or is this one, or this, or whatever, right? And then you can actually decide for yourself, like, what is right for me and how do I want to present myself in the world. So
oh yes, I definitely, especially when it comes down to like, yeah, picking a coach, they need to be like, every one of us, like, we hear that saying that we're one of a kind and everything, but it is so true. We are all one of a kind. So what one person does, another person will not do. So the saying of, we can all, if you do this, follow down this path, it's going to work out for you, that typically does not happen. When I first started, girl, I came from a military background where I was crushing it on everything. Went to school, crushed it. Got my first corporate job, was crushing it. Came out and did my own, and I was working like a generator. I was over here responding to what other people were doing, and nothing was working. I would have never done this. I would have never been alive, because I was like, no, I need to respond, but I was like, nah, we can get this going. But since doing that, changes have been made, because I now honor myself. I honor who I am. And then I kind of talk to my people the same way. I'm like, honor yourself, honor your energy. I talk to a lot of people that are generators and a lot of projectors so far. That's that I've been really surrounded by, and manifesting generators. So very much honoring who they are, and then understanding that in this generator world, that you guys are it's so big of you guys, that it's okay to really slow down and really be within your body, feel into your body if this feels right for you, then do it. If it doesn't, then wait. It's okay. It's no rush.
Absolutely. Let's go down this path, because I want to talk more about like what you've discovered, because I always feel like knowing yourself, I mean, that's everything, because when you know yourself, then you know exactly, the steps to take, because then you're in alignment with who you are. So what pivot points, first of all, have nudged you in your personal journey, and what have you noticed as patterns in other people?
Oh, that's the thing with my chart, and it was kind of crazy, is that my story is going to inspire people to like keep going, the things that I've been through. So I can go with one story, if that'll work out.
Go for it.
When I was first coming into this, I was looking up things like purpose, passion. I was looking up all those things, and I was really feeling like a failure. I had just had my daughter, and I put so much pressure upon myself that I needed to be working. I needed to be doing something. We had just moved to Spain, and I was like, I need to have something going on, because I need to prove my worth to my spouse, that I'm a good mate, and that he should love me, and everything like that. In reality, if I'd have taken a little bit more time, and if I'd have known the things that I know now, that I would have settled and really enjoyed the moment of being a mom, and then structured my business around the time of me being a mom, so much more so than I did then, because I was really hustling. I was staying up to like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
I was nursing, and it took a toll on me mentally and physically. And like I said, I thought oh my gosh, Lisa, like, well, my name is Alicia, but Lisa, you're failing. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. I have an undefined route. So I was always under pressure that I need to do something right now and it needs to be done at this moment. I cannot wait. Even though my authorities is an emotional authority, I didn't even know about that. I was going in the high, it was great. And then as soon as it was crashed, I would just stop. And I was not consistent because I was answering and I was taking on things that did not feel that felt right, sort of all right in the moment. And as soon as I crashed, I was like, oh, I don't want to do this. It doesn't feel right. But it didn't feel right in the beginning. But I didn't know that. I was just too excited. It was too great. It's too good to be true. And it was. And I started doing that self-discovery, and human design basically was that moment where I was like, I want to coach. I want to start coaching people. I'm having people that are coming to me. I don't have to necessarily coach on business, but I was like, I want to coach. I want to help. I'm going to like help people. And then human design was like, oh my gosh, if I'd have known this as a child, do you know the type of power? Like, I'm already powerful, but you know the things that I would have done and that I would have not let anyone stop me from doing it. I would have informed.
Yeah.
I'd inform, but I would not have let anyone try to stop me from doing something that I was passionate about. And
when you learned about your human design, didn't you feel, because I always say like to my clients now, like it gives you a sense of self-trust now, because
yes,
the things you thought you were feeling, you kind of questioned it, right? Because you didn't know that that is how you operated, right? That's how you work. That's what your authority is. If it's your emotions, it's whatever. And you thought you were crazy maybe, right? But once you kind of know yourself, then when you're going through these pivot points, you can kind of say like, yeah, I have to trust myself. I have to know that this is what feels right to me, right? Does that make sense?
oh yeah, it does. I think you become aware too of like the energy that's within your body and the presence that is there, because I went through that and I felt like me personally just a surge of like, it seems like once the key was put into the lock and it was open, everything was like, okay, thank you for finally acknowledging me. But I brought out so much that I was like, oh, what am I doing? It's a lot going on here. I needed to seek out help to help me to better understand so that I can really navigate with who I am right now, because we're all made one of a kind, but I need to really figure out how to hone in this part of me so that I can be able to help out somebody else. So that was in that moment of being like clear, like, okay, I'm this is what I'm here to do. But also I'm like, it was very scary as well, because though we are taught to just do it, that wasn't my type of mentality of just doing it, being initiating. That was not my mentality. I was like, I don't want to do this. What can I change my stuff? Can I go do another one? Can I just be a generator and just, not saying, but they're here to respond. It's like whenever you're the first, you're like, it's scary. And I had to reflect on my life. I'm the first on a lot of things within my family. So I was like, baby, you've been doing this. Just breathe, listen to your authority, and remember to inform as you go. And it got easier. It got easier. Yeah.
Absolutely. So have you been finding that a lot of the clients that you work with are going through a similar experience where it's like, okay, they're a mess and they just don't understand themselves yet. And that's why things feel off. And that's why things are not working and all those things.
Oh, yeah. They're still trying to do things that are not with it. Like I have a projector, and they're still trying to be a generator. They're still trying to make sure that people see them. And I'm gonna take like the story that I told my daughter. My daughter's a projector, and now when I talk to someone else that's a projector, I will relay this story. But my daughter is a projector, and one of my clients is a projector. And now when it comes, but think of a flower and how they are there in the sun. They're beautiful and the sun is shining. The rain comes to them. They are taking care of themselves. They are really honing in on their craft. They're making sure their petals are beautiful. And because they are taking care of themselves, they are attracting people to come to them. They are attracting the bees that want to be around them, the birds. They bring life around them. And when a lot of us sit and we really like embody who we are, we become flowers, right? We bring people to us
You
and we
attract them.
repel,
Yes.
yeah, and we repel the people that do not need to be, that are not meant to be in our lives, right? We bring the people our energy when we're healthy and we're good and we're feeling so good about ourselves. We bring those people to us, right? And when we're not, that energy is, we know, when someone's not feeling good, or when they're faking. I'm like, yo, something's not right here. What's going on? Tell me. And then they tell you, oh, I was doing this. I'm like, okay, let's go back to the basics. Let's take care of ourselves. Let's take a spa day. Let's go take a walk. Let's go do some journaling. Let's not do something that's going to require you to be taxing your body, for projectors, that is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's do that.
Yeah.
Generators, go work, guys. Go do something fun. You know what I mean? Let's spark up that sacral. Let's
I
spark
love
it up.
that.
Let's get it going. Yeah.
I love that. I love the way you talk about it, because I feel like, yeah, like every type, if they're really aligned with who they are magnets. Like, we can all be magnets, you know what I mean? If
Yes.
you
Yes.
are in alignment with who you are, right? So
Yes.
that's your task.
Yeah.
So to speak. You have to do the work first, right?
Yes.
And in some ways I'm grateful for this year, because I feel like we have started to do that as like humanity. We've kind of started going within because we didn't have a choice, and
Yes.
so we're home now, and so maybe some of us are starting to go back, but you learn some lesson along the way about kind of going in and figuring out if this is the life you want to have, if this is how you want to live, and this is who you want to be, and all those things.
Oh, definitely. This is so much help within my own personal relationships, especially my husband's a generator. And so my husband is yes or no questions. And he'll ask me a question and I'll ask him a question right back. I was like, so you can answer it. I'll start it and you can start it. You know what I mean? It's helping with parents, and especially parents relationships. We need to really understand the other person and not think that this is how they are, and such. Really listen to what they're saying. A lot of people don't listen. They just, well, I think that you like it this way, so I do it this way. I'm like, I don't like it that way. Well, maybe you don't know what you're talking about. I'm pretty sure that I don't like that. Listen to me when I'm talking to you. And that's the same way as parents. We have to listen to our babies, listen to our spouses, and they have to in turn listen to us and stuff. Yeah.
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 So interesting, this whole concept of knowing yourself in this way, right? Because it's a whole, for me, it's a culmination of different things. I've studied chakra systems, I've studied energy work, I've studied, astrology and all the things. I've studied them all. So it's kind of cool to see the whole package put together in this way, so that you can get the full, I feel like it's the full story. Like, you call it the book of life, right? You talk about how you want to open up your book of life. I totally agree with that. Like, you really literally are seeing all the different facets of who you are, right?
Yeah, girl. And you get to write that story. That's the thing.
Yeah.
A lot of the times in our stories before, someone else is writing the story for us. And they're, like you said, I want you to be a lawyer. I want you to be a doctor. I'm planning out your entire life. And yeah, it may be lucrative, but you will more than likely be very, very sad, depressed, anxiety, all those things, all those internal things. Your body is going to let you know, like, hey, I don't want to do this. You just got to listen and be brave enough to say no.
Absolutely.
Just be brave. Yeah.
All right. So we're almost winding down. So I'm going to leave room for like maybe one or two more questions. And then I really want to hear about how people can talk with you and reach you and connect and really learn themselves. So one thing I do want to learn about you, Alicia, is, has anything kind of stopped you? Did anybody come at you and say, like, what are you doing? Like, what is this human design nonsense? Like, did the shit hit the fan for you at some point where you were like, maybe I shouldn't do it?
Girl, yes. Yes. Yes, I have. I've had my own personal experiences with it because when you start confronting something that is new, or you start embracing something that is new, a lot of the times people love the secured version of who you are, and they don't want to rock that boat because it's very scary, right? And so once you start questioning things and introducing or initiating new ideas into life or whatever, or you start embodying your human design, a lot of people don't really care too much for that. And one of the things is I'm a very emotional person. And so to lose friendships and lose people that I care about was, it's hard. But the thing is, I have to understand is that if someone loves me, they're going to help me. They're going to want me to grow. They're going to want me to be, if whatever's making me happy isn't like messing you up or like physically hurting you or mentally hurting you. Um, I have the love and support of my husband, who doesn't understand it, but he supports me because he's like, this is what makes mommy happy. She loves to learn. She loves to help. I'm going to learn with her. I need people like that want to learn and grow with me. And if you don't want to grow and
Absolutely.
learn with me, you can stay over here and I will still love you from afar. And if we conversate, I just won't bring these things up. I'm still going to be fabulous. I'm going to put my health in the forefront. I'm not going to really be concerned about yours, because if you're okay with the life that you have, there's no place for me to say change it. You have to want to change. I'm not here to make you
Absolutely.
change.
I love that you said that, because I feel like even now, like more than ever, there are things like that happening. Like people are clashing, they're not even, and it's your life too. Like it's happened with me as well, where, friends have come in and out, family have come in and out, things like that. And it's exactly on point with what you said, like, love you, but I'm not for everyone.
Exactly.
So it is what
Exactly.
it is. It is what it is. We got to love people anyway. And I love everyone anyway. So it is all good.
Yep,
Um,
it's all love.
okay. So great. So I just have one question about your audience then. Like, what's one advice you would give them now that you've learned and you've done so many profiles at this point? Is there any like advice that you would give anyone in any of the profiles, like, or any of the types? Like, how could they kind of move forward with their lives in these
One of the
moments?
things
Mhm.
is don't be scared. Don't be afraid. Um, I when I'm having conversations, there may be a small moment in your life, or in your life, that you may be uncomfortable, that you may be afraid, or when you're starting off something, right?
Mhm.
But just keep going. Just keep, if it's something that you're passionate about, if whatever your emotion, your authority is, if you're getting a yes or you're getting a go when your authority is telling you to go for it, go for it. Because this is your life. This is the I me, my husband gets on me, but I want to make an impact. I want to, help out with kids, with understanding like you're okay the way that you are. Let's make something that's better for you. I want to talk to people that are in relationships. Hey, understand your wife and your husband, or your partner better, right? I want to talk to other people to in business to know, hey, this isn't working. If this isn't working, let's try this instead and see if it can help you out a little bit better. I want to make an impact, and I want people to honor themselves and be happy. There's no way we should live on this earth and be unhappy with the life that we have. I'm not about that. We have people right now that are freaking singers and writers. They're doing what they love and they're getting paid to do it, or they're living the life that they love and they're happy. I want to be happy, and I want to help people get to being happy too, and not feeling so um drawn down and be with anxiety and stuff. So don't be afraid. Reach out. If you need help, reach out and talk to someone about it, and then keep moving from there. Don't stay there because you're afraid of what someone else may think, or you're afraid of yourself. No one can hold you back but yourself, baby. Just go for it. Oh, my southern coming out. My bad.
I love it. I love it. That's awesome. Perfectly said. I couldn't have said it better myself with a Southern
My
accent.
bad. I
I
know.
love it.
when you
All
get so
right.
comfortable.
So how can people work with you? How do you work? How can they reach out to you, and where do they find you?
I have my link tree, but I'm currently doing a website, but some stuff that came out with Google. But I am about to set up a website, but you can find me on Facebook, and then my Facebook business page at Cardco, and then I have a group if you want to be up in there and learn more about human design and being intuitive, come up in there too. So, and then on Instagram at my name here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm going to post everything in the comments below. So just look at the comments. I think I posted some of that already in there. So if you want to have a session with her, if you want to ask questions about it, feel free to comment below or message her as well.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Alicia, for joining. I'm super excited. FYI, guys, it's only 2 more days to the end of the cart. So if you want to join my course as well, definitely do that. Alicia is going to be one of the people in the support directory. So if you want to have like a supercharged human design session, she is the person to go to if you're not in my program. And thank you. Any last words before we head out?
No. I just love y'all. If y'all haven't done it, just go and check it out. If you're afraid of it, just go and check it out and see. You know what I mean? You have nothing to lose, but maybe 5 minutes of your life if you don't like it. But I promise it'll be life-changing. I promise.
Thanks, everyone, so much. Thank you, Alicia, for joining. Super happy to have you. I am so going to be doing. I'm just going to drag you out of your shell and do this again with you later, but we'll talk about that.
I love it. I had so much fun, and people come back. This is a lot of fun. I really loved it.
Awesome.
Moment.
Thanks, everyone. Guys. Feel free to share this if you know anyone who needs support. And come follow us, click like, and share to whoever needs it. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I'll have one more session tomorrow, so I'll see you guys then. Bye.
All right, then. Bye.